Hello and welcome to another Star Citizen podcast with your lovely host, me, BoredGamer, and Zinnia. Say hello, Zin.
Hello, Zin.
Perfect. Not old at all. We'll keep that up for the next several years. It's going to be perfect. Today I want to talk about a few things, hot topics being, the main hot topic being the restructure of the PTU waves. I just want to give some additional context here and get Zin's take on some of the stuff, although it's partly Zin's take from my original video on it. I want to talk a little bit about fire, VFX, and really how that's going to influence engineering, damage control, life support, and mission sort of stuff going on in Star Citizen relatively soon. And there was a big thread that was nuked that we don't know why, which is a bit annoying because there's lots of stuff on the Ares and loads of dev responses in there. So I want to talk about all of that today. Let's start with the PTU wave restructure. So for people that don't know, Cloud Imperium said, we are changing the way that we do the test servers. Not the live servers, the PTU test servers. And basically, we are going to try and focus more on getting quality testers. So this is me sort of summarizing what they said. We're going to basically cut back on certain people having access, potentially, and focus more on testers that are going to give us quality testing, which to them is someone that actually turns up and tests semi-regularly the PTU. At least in the early stages. So they had a problem with the sort of, well, let's talk about the what this looks like first. So basically, it's a really bad look from CIG because of the way the original post talked about this. Now, you've had a look at the post as well, Zin, and we talked about this briefly. It basically goes, look, there's 6 waves, or 7 waves for PTU to live. You've got the EVOCATI group. They're not going to change that. They might keep on expanding EVOCATI, but that's NDA testers. Now, Wave 1 testers, which is the important thing here, Wave 1 testers, because it's the earliest access wave that you can talk about and that is non-EVOCATI, and often Wave 1 is in Wave 1 for a long time. Not always, but often. And they basically said the top active players rated by hours in the previous 2 major patch cycles, subscribers, and Legatus Navium concierge backers get access. Now, how is this different from the original way they did it? Well, it was a good amount, or at least some, top active players and people that were super active on the issue council. It sort of combined those together, as well as subscribers and all concierge. So Legatus Navium, if that's how you indeed say it, are $25,000 backers. So what do you think of that on its just face value without delving any deeper into it, Sin?
I think it's okay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You think it's okay?
So I want to make a point. I just want to make a note of, like, you saying that Wave 1, it's generally in Wave 1 for a long time.
Yeah, not always, but often.
Yeah, but what you've got to remember is there wasn't as many waves either. So it might not stay in Wave 1 for as long as it has done. It might be shorter, and then it will go to Wave 2. Maybe Wave 1 and Wave 2 will be the same sort of length as Wave 1 previously.
That is a really good point, because they're saying they're restructuring the waves, and I'm assuming some stuff from history is kept. They'll do it the same, and other stuff's not. Yeah, they may actually move on to more and more waves quite quickly. So the reason it's a bad look is because Cloud Imperium is saying, we are trying to get quality testers, so we're going to make it more elite at the concierge level. So $25,000 to get into Wave 1 looks bad, but subscribers can still buy in. You can still buy in $10 to get that to get Wave 1. So it just sort of, it looks like Cloud Imperium, yeah, I can agree with you, yeah, quality testers is a good idea. We don't want players to download the PTU, play it once, and then stop playing, because then they've used a big old load of download bandwidth, and they don't get any useful testing information. Am I fair to say that?
Kind of. Yeah, I get where you're coming from. I also don't see the problem in giving subscribers Wave 1.
So that's the other thing, is Cloud Imperium are allowed to do what they want here, and I totally agree with them that if they're going to get more quality testers from this, that's a good thing. In fact, there was a little bit of a... So it looks like the original post there was very marketing-y. So it looks like a dev hadn't really done it. It was more of a marketing post more than anything else. So I feel that they've got their claws a little bit, and they're going, well, let's market subscriber stuff, because we get more people in that way. And I suspect they will actually get more quality testers from doing some tweaks and stuff. So Will Soulcrusher Leverett said in a follow-up, it comes down to a numbers game to fill multiple PTU servers across multiple days to achieve the right soak test and proper scale testing for all our services. The challenge over the years is Wave 1 became so massive from when we started that we used all of our ammo on one single day. Over 95% play PTU just once. Check it out and never see it again. What wasn't in the post is the very compressed timeline. The waves will happen almost immediately, one after the other. I even expect to see multiple waves on the same day. The speed of which this happens will make this almost unnoticeable in the end. I get that this is perceived loss in value, but I would ask to give it a shot. This will really help our man and hero Ahmed, our dev team, and project as a whole to have more people spread across multiple days. So yes, what you're saying's in there. What you were saying looks like that's exactly what they're talking about. They might be having multiple waves in one day. Maybe that wave 1 isn't going to be for an incredibly long time. Maybe it'll be wave 1 and 2 very quickly, once after the other, once they get some more stress testing in. And look, if Cloud Imperium want to have gates there to have certain amounts of people come in at certain times for their testing, that might be the best idea. Like, they're entitled to do that. And yes, it just looks bad. It looks bad because they've gated, and I don't know, okay, there can't be that many people that have concierge, right? $1,000 or more. Why have they gated it like that? Why have they gone Legatus Navium Wave 1, which is 25,000, I think Praetorian Wave 2, which is 15,000, and then 5,000 or more for Wave 3, 1,000 or more for Wave 4. It is
a bit weird that you could subscribe. I don't know how much a subscription is, or if there's tiers to that either.
$10. You can get them on for $10 a month.
$10 a month. Like, that's not an awful lot, and they're getting the same
stuff as a concierge backer, yes.
In this instance, yes, it does seem a bit weird. And somebody who's paid $1,000 doesn't get Wave 1.
Yeah, it just looks weird. Maybe there's a huge amount of players that have High Admiral, which is on $1,000 or more backing, and that would actually skew the tests. Maybe that's not what they want. Maybe a lot of High Admiral players don't play a huge amount on PTU after one session or something.
Yeah,
it just looks a bit weird to me, and that's all it is. It's a bad look from CIG, even though there's probably good reasons to try and cull the test group so it's more appropriate for their needs.
The other thing that bothers me is they're saying, we're going to do it by the top active players in the previous 2 major patch cycles. So that is live environment.
Yeah, and it sounds like 3.18, 3.19.
I know, I don't know. I have seen evidence of people who will only play in live, and they might play an awful lot in live. They're not going to necessarily jump onto the PTU.
Do you think they're also... Well, I suppose, but then they're not jumping into the PTU.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Do you want them to, like, have an opt-in or something? It's like...
I don't know.
So the opt-in is literally they download it and play it.
But it's like they may not get the numbers they want, just doing it based on active players.
I suppose that's one of the things. They literally want players to be distributed and playing across the different waves as well. So if it's like... If there's only a week between Wave 1 and Wave 5, whatever, they do want players to be playing that whole week and after. They don't want just the testing data to stop. As they said, 95% of people use it very quickly early on in the test for Wave 1 and then stop immediately.
What they could literally do as well is literally just go, right, this is everybody's username. We've put it alphabetically. We're going to take the first fifth and then the second fifth and then the third fifth and then the fourth fifth and then the fifth fifth. And then next patch cycle, next PTU, they'll take the second fifth first.
Yeah, but
do it like
I've had to change my name from Albert Aronson to Zinnia Zen.
No. It'll be your username, not your screen name.
No, that costs $5 to change. Then that's even more money for them somehow. But yeah, we wanted to talk about that because it is the PTU wave restructuring, sharpening the tools post looks bad because it's very clickbaity from the waves and everything. It's it's poorly worded, and maybe it's not poorly worded, but it looks bad. It looks silly. It looks like they're trying to reinforce $10 subscriptions because that's what it looks like. Now, there could be huge changes. Basically, the dev they're saying, give it a go. Yeah, give us a chance, see what the new wave structure is, and I think we should do that. I mean, Cloud Imperium hopefully going to be improving their live builds as well as their PTU builds and the way they do everything. And the whole picture is we don't know yet what this is going to be like for new PTU going forward. And we will know because we're just about to see it. So yeah, let's give them the benefit of the doubt there. So if, as content creators we lost access to Wave 1, would you be annoyed, or would you be like, CIG are allowed to do that? Or would you go, well, that's just a bit silly from CIG?
I think I would say that was a bit silly from CIG.
Yeah.
Like you said before, it's in their best interest. Even if content creators are just going to, like, look at it once, like make footage of it and then never go back to it until it becomes live, we're essentially providing a service.
Yeah, because now, especially
for people who can't get in but want to see what it is. Obviously, there are loads of people who want to experience it for themselves.
But there are loads of people that just want to see it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that, I suppose, that stops a lot of bottlenecking from people jumping into the PTU once just to see it, and when they can just watch a content creator or a summary of it. Yeah, I totally agree with you there, but obviously we are biased. I'm more biased than you because I make the big bucks and you make the edits. Get back to work, Sin! Quitash! That's the sound of my whip. Quitash! It's a really bad whip sound. Something else I wanted to talk about, Sin. Fire!
Where?
So, yeah, what do you think of the fire that we saw in the Inside Star Citizen stuff, how it's evolved from the early days?
It looks all right.
I think it looks really pretty.
I think it's still got a long way to go, but...
Yeah, so I think it looks pretty good. The way it sort of propagates and the way it sort of flames and consumes stuff and spreads. But I didn't like the way it looks on flat surfaces that have been burnt.
Did you not?
No, it just sort of looks... It looks too 2D. I know there's lots of other effects that need to go on top of that, and then they need to have sort of like damage meshes and things like that going on there to make it look really good. So... yeah, I think just as fire, the fire effect's looking good. But we know that Cloud Imperium are working on fire and fire extinguishers, and this is for mechanics that may come in the not too distant future with engineering and damage control, sort of running around, putting out fires, your components malfunctioning, bursting into flames, you having to put them out, hazards as part of missions, hazards on your ship, your life support systems, and this is the cool thing, the oxygen you produce is obviously going to be consumed by fire, and if you like vent it out into space, the fire will go out, but if you don't deal with the fire soon or seal off an area, well, you might run out of oxygen in that area and people might suffocate. Do you think people are going to get annoyed by these sort of environmental hazards that they don't really know are happening and they just suddenly suffocate? So there's a fire at the back of my ship, yeah? Haven't really noticed it, and I'm piloting, and suddenly I just black out.
I don't know.
Does Star Citizen need to tell you what's happened to you?
I'm certain that there will be blaring alarms, and if there aren't, then something's broken.
What if my alarms are on fire? So I think there's a little bit of annoyance that I can foresee in Star Citizen, especially with Death of a Spaceman, all this sort of stuff, where you die for some reason and you're not sure why. And like, it might be because you're sniped and you don't see who sniped you. It might be because you ran out of oxygen. It might be because there's something just silly happened, like a rock hit you in the head from that was just going by, just flew by, or something. And I don't know. I can see annoyance happening. Like, I'm dead. I don't know why. Is it a bug? It's probably a bug. I'll report it as a bug. I would like indicators of what happened to me. Why this happened? Even if it's when you respawn, it tells you. It goes, body located, looks like it was a gunshot wound that took him out, or something. Look, death by misadventure. You'd be like, I did fall. Maybe I didn't have enough blood left in me. There was something else that I did want to talk about. This is a thread I was really liking, and it was about Ares ion changes and Ares changes. It was a thread basically talking originally about the original Ares Ion was supposed to overwhelm all opponents, sort of like, and how does it do that? And obviously that the Ares have evolved somewhat, and they nerfed the Ares Ion especially because they went, look, it can't just be a one-hit kill, super easy sniper mode ship. It has to be used against larger ships, and it's going to be like have slow-moving projectiles. And in that thread, there's nothing now. It's just a load of delete. And Zin and I couldn't really understand why, and there's a possibility it's because some information was given there that wasn't appropriate to be given. It's possible that there could be lots of other reasons as well, but YogiClat was talking about some Ares changes that might be coming in Alpha 3.20 and said they probably would be coming in 3.20, and they would give the ship a little bit of aim assist. They were going to give all the Gatlings from size 4 to 7 much less spread, and that sort of stuff. So the aim assist for both the Ion and the Inferno, that's actually quite a big deal. The projectile is going to be moving slowly for the Ion. It still means that ship is going to be a lot more accurate and make a lot more people happier. Now, that might have changed. That might be no longer the case, or it might be something totally different. Why do you think that thread was nuked in? Any idea at all? I know we don't really.
I don't know. Like, the only thing I can think of is that somebody somewhere said something that they shouldn't have.
And they nuked a whole thread.
I don't know.
Why wouldn't they just get rid of the single post, right?
Yeah.
We did notice that one of the devs that was involved in that conversation has removed other posts about the Ares, right? That he made, or on other Ares posts. So we think it might be that. It's possible that the original poster had said something naughty and got his account suspended or something, but I'm pretty sure that doesn't nuke the post, right? It doesn't say that it's been removed by an admin either. It just says null. The whole thread is now null.
Well, it says it's been deleted by the original poster.
It does. It just says, it says deleted. What does the original post say that, though?
No, it just says deleted.
It just says deleted, yeah. It's just weird. I know lots of people have issues with CIG sort of mods, and they go, "Oh, they're too aggressive," and they anything that's anti-CIG they remove. They follow the rules, and often they don't apply that uniformly. So it looks like sometimes, and that's because sometimes they're erratic in applying it because they've haven't got enough manpower, or there's something they've noticed, or something specific they've gone, actually, now I need to. Although I'm going to let this thread sort of go for a while, now it needs to stop, or there's actually another thread that does this, and we should actually merge the threads, or you should be talking here. So there's lots of reasons why things happen. I'm not going to be anti-CIG moderator. I do think they get stuff done unfairly sometimes, but sometimes they do good, and I think they are essential. You can't just have forums go mad. Is that fair? A world without mods is madness, right? Even if they're just doing admin?
Maybe. But the thing is, it doesn't seem like it was a overzealous admin. I don't think there was anything on that thread that was anti-CIG to like an extreme or anything.
There might have been, I don't know. I didn't read all the responses.
But that's the thing, is if there was, the correct method would be give that player a warning.
Or a temporary ban and remove the post in question, right?
Yeah.
And then have a rules broken number 14 or whatever, bam.
Like there's no evidence of anything. You don't know what's gone. What's gone on?
Yeah, it's just annoying that they got rid of all these dev responses that were talking about the Ares, Ion and Inferno, and lots of changes. And there was loads of them. There was like a dozen or so, sort of back and forth. And I just think it's a bit of a shame. But other than that, we've got the mission spotlight. That's focusing on salvage and salvage mechanics. They're cool. Good salvage contracts. Not really a chain of missions. Just I suppose they are. The more reputation you get, the more bigger ships you get. Salvage mechanics, they're cool. They're really fun. Zin and I will be doing some gameplay of that at some point. Actually, we still need to do the Arlington Gang mission at some point as well. And Ship Showdown, you've got another week until the Phase 2 starts. So another week to sort of just go on social media and retweet and make your own posts about ships that you love. And then Wave 2, or Phase 2, as it were, is the 8 1v1s.
Yes.
Vote every day. And then the top 8, there will be a free fly for. So looking forward to that. Should be a bit of a laugh. I'm interested to see if ship wins via memes. I do think the Fury is going to get quite high. Obviously got good contenders with the Carrack and Mecha Star Runner again. My boys. Zin doesn't have a favourite ship. That's what she said. I remember, you see. What's wrong?
Yeah, I don't have a favourite ship.
One day you will, though.
Why you got to make a big deal about it?
I'm making a moderate deal about it because people will ask, why no favourite ships in? Why don't you learn to love ship?
Because there is not one ship that fulfills all roles.
Oh my god, is that what you need? Oh my. So yeah, that's all for this week, really. We'll be covering all the latest news as we go on. Obviously, looking forward to what's going to be happening with the Ship Showdown. And we will be learning more and more about 3.20 over the next week or so. Hopefully we'll get a lot more stuff. It's the road to CitizenCon as well at the moment, so Cloud Imperium sort of holds stuff back, which is a bit annoying from inside Star Citizen. And some of their other posts, but we'll cover whatever.
Possibly delete stuff from forums.
Possibly delete stuff. Yeah, it'll be. Hopefully they've got the Ares changes in 3.20, but maybe they won't. Who knows? I'm interested to know what you think about what we discussed today with the PTU restructure. Do you think that it's bad look for CIG? Do you think it's actually relevant? Do you think they can do what they want? Do you think it's not a bad look at all? They've done perfectly the right thing, or do you think just give them a chance first and let's see what the PTU's like? Are you a concierge member that's like, I'm really upset they've removed my priority access? or do you not give a damn? And you're probably going to be waiting for live anyway. What are your thoughts? I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. Say goodbye, Zin.
Goodbye, Zin.
Thanks for watching, guys. Peace. Are we alone in the universe? The truth is out there. But what if aliens visit Earth? But they're like monsters, and all they do is look through your internet history, judging you, laughing at you with all their alien friends, watching your every move live, and then they send like 1 million ads to you about alien products that you don't want, like those shoes and socks that have a gap between your big toes. No one needs that. But what you do need is nordvpn.com/BoredGamer, which helps you prevent that happening from the more real threat of humans doing the same. It encrypts your internet connection, hides your IP address and location, it has an inbuilt ad blocker, and also helps you gain access to region-based content. You should go to nordvpn.com/BoredGamer and get a big old discount. You can also click the links below. Every month, we have a ship giveaway. For August, it's for a Crusader Mercury Star Runner with lifetime insurance. This medium-sized, well-armed cargo and data hauler is great for trying out a huge range of what Star Citizen has to offer, a perfect mission runner ship. To be in for a chance of winning, just comment on any of my videos made during the month. More details in the description below. There are some amazing people that help support the channel by clicking on the join button under my videos and becoming a channel member or becoming a Patreon with the links below. That helps keep the channel going and producing daily content. Please consider joining their ranks, but commenting, liking, subscribing, that all massively helps too. Thanks for watching to the end, and I'll see you in the verse.